Let's get it. Let's get it. What's going on, crew? Get it. Welcome to the live stream. Gonna give it a couple minutes so the regulars can work their way in. And then I'm going to go over the Monday, Tuesday slate very briefly. I don't think I'm going to make too many changes or adjustments to that slate. But then after that, I'm going to jump right into the Tuesday slate, which is about 11 games. It's going to be a huge slate. We already got some injury news coming in. So I'm going to break down each game, make a tentative lineup, which we know is not final because nothing can be final until that pre-lock show that I'm gonna do tomorrow. Because so much news is gonna come out at that time that we're gonna know the right value or the chalk value that everybody's on. The Jamal Murrays, we're gonna avoid those kind of plays. The Myers Leonards, we're gonna avoid those. And we're gonna get the Deadmans in there. You know what I mean? We're gonna get the Deadmans in there, those kind of value that's apparent, and we're gonna take it down. So I'm gonna just break down the slate for tomorrow, the full slate. I'm going to review the short slate Monday, Tuesday that I made for tonight. And then from there, build a little tentative lineup with some plays that I really like. And then tomorrow I'm going to come on, do a live show where I get the final lineup out, that 300 plus lineup, and we're going to get straight fire. That's it. Straight, more fire. All right. The loyal family, welcome to the room. He said, I must throw you a thank you on your lineup advice. Man, you're welcome. Anything I could do to help people win money, man. It's my pleasure. Mamba, VIP, what up? Damn, yesterday was great to me, and today has gone even better. Dodgers stack paying big time for me. See, I don't know anything about baseball. Mamba, you got to put me on, man. Say, listen, I know you're not breaking down baseball slates, but throw this lineup in real quick. Just trust me on that. I'll play. You've been playing my lineups. I'll play your lineup if you tell me it looks good, man. Trust me. I throw a little $5 on it, a little whatever, 10-time fantasy booster, whatever I could find. I'm all about that. I don't know much about it, but if you tell me you're good at it and it sounds like you're winning consistently, throw a lineup at your boy and I'll throw it in and we could celebrate together. I'll return the favor, get you some fire NBA, you know what I mean? So let's get into the slate that we already got made out for tomorrow. That starts tonight. A little bit of injury news started coming back. Nothing really from Portland. I'm gonna stick the one play that everybody seems to like that I really want to take some time and analyze before completely fading is this Ricky Rubio for 7,900, right? That means he needs upper 40s. He's been in the let's see against Portland. The way he's playing right now, yeah, for 8K, I think I'm all right. I'm gonna stick with the no because I got some big plays here. DeRozan, Paul George, Lopez against Philly, Valanciunas against Indiana. We know that's what that's about. And then Jeff Green's been ruled out, so Aaron Gordon is still a go. TLC in the last 3-4 games for 5K against Brooklyn, though. That's not bad. You know what I mean? That's a good matchup. So TLC is the one that's probably the most. And let's see what else we could get for 54. I mean, so say I do throw Rubio in there, right? I got to come down 2,500. Who am I going to come down 2,500 on? The only plays here that I could say I don't love are Chris Dunn and Von Lay, right? Now, if I take out both of those guys, I still don't have enough to get two players at the minimum. So I really can't afford Rubio, and I love my entire lineup. I don't love, like I said, I love 6 out of the 8 players in my lineup, and I like a lot the other 2. I like this guy, Luawu. Um, I don't love Kevin. I like Kevin Love, but not for 7K, not right now. Um, Jeff Teague, Jeremy Lin is in a good spot, but he seems to be like what's this guy name? Jeremy Lin seems to be similar to this guy on Philly, where he's just stuck around 30, like McConnell. He just seems to be stuck around 30. He might get you in the mid 30s for the most part, but Jeremy Lin is not coming off to me like he's ready to go off. He's not elite. He's not the elite status kind of player right now. So even though it's a good matchup, I'll take the bigs because Brook Lopez is their go-to guy. But Jeremy Lin just doesn't strike me as, yeah, I'm ready to go off. You know what I mean? Sergi Parker is probably the one that I'm itching to play. But if anything, I need a guard and not a forward. I like this lineup. I like this lineup a lot. Which team played today? Portland. So we'll have some satisfaction with Chris Dunn and Von Lay at least. And that's the two that I'm iffy about. So if at the end of tonight and Chris Dunn and Von Lay both hit value, you could just count money and just count it as money in the bank because the rest of these guys are going to perform. The only, Aaron Gordon, I like even more now with Green already ruled out again. So I think his minutes and opportunities are still high and he's on a roll. So you got to go with him. And then TLC, he's been proving himself, man. 28, 26. So his floor seems to be 5 times value. Since those guys got hurt and out for the rest of the season and whatnot. And then he got some upside to get you in the 30s, which is 6 times value. So I'm all right. I'm all right with this lineup, man. I don't think I want to do much more with it. This is what I'm playing for the 7 o'clock lock. And I'm at peace. I'm at peace with that. All right. So I'm gonna jump right into this 11-game slate. That means even more to us tomorrow. I'm gonna enter that. And before I get into it, let's go and see what my crew talking about. See what my peoples and them talking about. Um, Thank you, fam. You are a real helper. Oh, Shay, anything I could do to help you win money, it's a pleasure. Rubio is the way. What's good, DFS? Time to get that chicken. Nathan, I get on extra grind. When it's chicken time? When it's chicken time? It's time to get that chicken. We're gonna get it. Shout out to Prodigy. Welcome to the room, man. We missed you, man. A lot of money was going out yesterday. I'm mad you wasn't there to get your hand in on some of that. Take out DeRozan. For who? For Rubio? No, I can't do that. Why would I do that? Let's check it out though, because I take every bit of consideration seriously. So when you tell me to do certain things, guys, you have to give me a little bit of description on why you want me to do that, why you think that's a good idea. Because one of the feedback that I got from the crew was that what separates me from most I got gold status. What separates me from most of the people who make videos on here is the fact that not only do I say who, and I notice that people say this is my plays of the day. I like this guy, or they might give you 80 guys that they like, but you only got 8 spots. So I tell you who I like, why I like them. Even if they couldn't make my lineup, I'll say, listen, if you got room and you don't like, for example, if you don't like DeRozan, but you got room and you like Rubio, I like Rubio. I think he's in a good matchup. I just think he's pricey. And even if he does hit value, I don't think there's too much upside for that value. So I would tell you something like that. Now, DeRozan is only $600 more, but that $600 is the price that you're paying for upside in a good matchup that he just went off for like 62 points. He just put 60 up on them. So that would be my rationale to you guys. Like, listen, I don't think that's wise because DeRozan not only can hit value for that, he's been up and he's been doing same numbers as Rubio, but flashed 68, 53, 59. Rubio only flashed one sample size of that for me. So for me to think he dropped 160 game. I'm all right. He got a 54 game and a 60. So Rubio and him are doing the same thing. I get it. And Rubio is cheaper. So it's valid. I broke it down. I gave you the rationale for me. That's a valid point. But all right. say I consider what you're saying, right? Is it Chris Dunn 2 guard eligible? No, right? And I throw Rubio in there, right? As my what did I do? Gordon. Let's check it out. All right, so boom, throw Rubio in the guard spot. I got 6,100 for a 2 guard. I'm still stuck with the same people I was stuck at before. I didn't upgrade at a spot because I went for Rubio. So now I'm stuck with Fournier, TLC, which I had anyway. And I'd rather TLC over Fournier because Gordon is taking over right now. I don't see Fournier getting that many touches. So TLC cheaper. And I could get him with DeRozan. I prefer DeRozan over Rubio with the matchup. So it's not a price thing at this point. It's just that even with the switch, I'm not touching any of these other guys, right? Even with the switch, but boom. Say I throw back in TLC. I could go up off Vonleh. That's a valid point to make as well. To 5,100 for a forward. Because then I throw Gordon up there. Now I got 5,100 for a player. If you know what I mean, I'm looking at what like Aminu, which is similar to Vonleh. They both gonna get a bunch of minutes. Vonleh actually had more than Aminu the last game, so I don't think that's an upgrade per se. What's the upgrade that I can do after making those switches? There's no big upgrade. So for me to feel better about DeRozan over Rubio makes me want to stick with that lineup. But I broke it down to you that I do like Rubio. So if you got a better match, just take out one of the players from my lineup, throw some Rubio in there, and make it look good for you. Where in your belly, in your gut, you say, yo, this look like chicken. Let me eat some of this chicken and get that chicken. And then you do better than me. You come to the show the next day, and I'll apologize and I'll say, hey, you the man. You get a shout out on my show, and I'm happy that you made money. I'm just here to give you guys a template and just give you my thoughts. You know what I mean? I don't want to take out DeRozan for Rubio. Now when DeRozan is doing what he's been doing, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. So that's my breakdown of that. Rubio only got value one of the last 3 games, which is the game he went off. Don't think he's getting 60 again. And I feel you. I feel you. He's consistent all year at home, and Hornets give it up to shooting guard. So Bradley Beal is the play. Gabe, get him in. Get some Bradley Beal in and take DeRozan out. All right. Just to give you upgrade. I'm with Mamba. Too many times we've changed it and regret it. LOL. Go DDR with more upside. That's how I feel, man. I got a lineup with Paul George, Cat, Brook. Really liking this. That sounds good, man. I don't know about Cat for 10K though. Who they playing? Portland. Oh, Portland is depleted right now, so there's not enough sample size for me to know how they play with their new lineup. Just one game, and based off that one game, Vonleh is the plug. You know what I mean? So Cat might be sneaky. He might be sneaky with the new look. We don't know. We don't know how teams are gonna take advantage of it right now. So, um, PG-13. I heard if he gets on the All NBA team, when he becomes a free agent, he gets even more money in free agency. I don't know if he gets more money in. Oh, you know what? I know that there's certain for one, I know you get money just for being on the team. And then there's certain contract stipulations, like if you're an all-star or whatever, you're in a different category, and it does have some implications on free agency. I don't know if it means you're getting more money. The team determines how much money you get, but making these lists and all-star status and all that, it does have some implications. I don't know the details of it, but it does. It does have some implication where it does work out in your favor to get more money. So I have Vonleh in town. So it sounds like you got a plan, Gabe. Just make sure it works. Make sure you stick to it. So that's it. Tonight's slate is untouched. It's the same slate that I made last night. I feel pretty good about it. I thought about it all day. I'm at peace with it, and it's submitted. So now I'm just going to do a slate breakdown for tomorrow, build up a lineup real quick, and then I'm off here. All right, guys. If you have not liked the videos, hit me a like. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get updates. If you have any questions about who I am or what I do, just ask the other people in the chat. They can kind of give you a background how I operate, if it's worth it or whatever. So if you're new to the chat, go ahead and just do some research, inquire, like the video, and let's make it happen. All right. Let's get into tomorrow's slate. It's called Tune Up. This slate is called Tune Up, y'all. So let's tune it up or tunny up. Depends on how you want to read it. um, Philly versus Brooklyn. You already know that I like from my lineup tonight. You know that I like. Let's start with Brooklyn. The center is a lock. It's a must. You got to throw some Brook Lopez in there. Centers against Philly is a no-brainer. Too many times I've questioned it and say, "Oh, this," and then I regret it. I did pick on some Valanciunas, and he didn't meet value. But the difference between Valanciunas and Brook Lopez is Brook Lopez is the number one option for his team. All right. So Brook Lopez is going to perform. It's almost a no-brainer. You got to get a center of his kind of nature against Philadelphia. Okay. Jeremy Lin is in a good lineup. Like I said, he's starting to be like a McConnell to me, where his ceiling is limited. So I'm going to use some caution on Jeremy Lin. And then the bench players for the Nets I like at all times, especially in good matchups, because they've been getting a lot of run. Hollis Jefferson's been going off. His floor is like upper 20s. He would have a bad game. He's entitled. But other than that, bad game, 27 and 30s for the most part. And against Philly, he already dropped 32. That's 6 times value. I did notice that since, although they play different positions, since Kilpatrick's been getting a little more run, he's been taking like 8 to 12 shots. So Hollis Jefferson, he's really not a shot taker in the first place. His coach is trying to encourage him to take shots. So if you need encouragement to take shots and then a shot taker come back from injury, little things like that I look at that makes me a little bit careful how I want to approach that situation. On the Philly side, TLC, not on a big slate like this, but I'm going to get good value. In the shorter slate that starts tonight, yes. But on a slate like this, to expect 30 from him, I think you'll probably find somebody a little cheaper. And we'll see. We'll break it on and check it out that you could still get a better upside with. McConnell, he seems to be stuck just around 30, give or take each night. We looking for upside. At this point of the season, man, you don't want consistency. I already told you guys that consistency is not going to win any money. What's going to win money is finding that fire and putting in some value that came out at the last minute, combining those two together, getting in the that's what's going to win money right now. So that's my new focus right now. And I'm going to move on. So yeah, the Philly game, I'm not really feeling any of these guys like that, to be honest. Maybe some Saric against the Nets, but his price is so high. You know, I know the Nets is a good matchup for him, and with the injuries and whatnot, maybe some Saric. But I'm thinking that he went on and did an interview and said that he's very exhausted from the Olympics game that he played for his country, and then coming down to the end of this season when Embiid has been out and so much pressure has been on him, and he's showing exhaustion, right? And ever since he did that, his minutes went from 30s, literally, look, 30s to 26, 24. So these are things we got to pay attention to, guys. The guy is telling you, listen, let me see if I find it right here. I'm going to find it just to show you guys. I'm not making this up. Saric fatigue. I find an article right now. I want to find it for you. So Saric is an obvious value, guys, but be careful with Saric, man. He's saying that he's tired, man. I gotta find quotes. I don't want to waste too much time on it. Oh, confessed exhaustion right here. He said, I was tired, really, Saric said. So many games. Like everybody knows the Olympics, the national team, my professional team. How many games in a season? Now I feel really, really bad. I was so excited in my head and my heart to shoot every ball, but sometimes your body just feels a little different. So be careful with Saric moving on, guys. Don't just look at value. You gotta, and that's the thing with these fantasy sports. That's why I do these videos, because there's certain things that the average person just don't get to. But I'm a sports fan. I love all this stuff. So I'm reading everything. I'm on the internet researching everything just so you guys can come to my show. I do the research for you guys. You know what I mean? Savage is crying. He's tired right now. I still like Sean Long. Actually, recommended him the last 2 games. I didn't put him in the lineup, but I said I still liked him, and he's still hitting 6 times value for his price against Brooklyn. He's gonna do that again, guys. I feel good about some Long, but Savage is on his way out, man. He's probably gonna get shut down pretty soon. You crying like that, and that's it for that game. Let me see what you guys talking about. He's the chicken, man. Rubio, Beal, LeBron, Gordon, Vonleh, TLC, Rondo, Evan Turner. I don't know about Evan Turner, man. I've been trying to like really pick apart these. Sometimes we've had these great lineups, and then that one player to sink us. Evan Turner sounds a little sinky, man. He's gonna get you sunk. 76ers said they would limit his minutes. In that Toronto game, he played like, yeah, exactly. So Savage is someone to be careful of. It's a very good matchup for him, and it's a good spot, but he's crying that he's tired, and the team is not going anywhere, and it's like the Suns not going anywhere, but giving their players 80 minutes a game. It's just not right. Charlotte versus Washington, another game that doesn't really look too appealing, but let's get into it a little bit. On the Charlotte side, we know that Kemba Walker's just been hot. All right, 48, 50, 28, 39. And this is the type of game that he likes to show up for when he plays against superstars. The thing is, he's on the road. Now, Russell Westbrook, and I've been saying this throughout all my videos, Russell Westbrook will give you about 4 steals a game and inflate your total points because the turnovers are gonna be there. So if you guarding Russell Westbrook and you're a half decent defender, you're gonna get steals all game. You know what I mean? So this is a little fake. The 50 it was Denver. So don't get blinded by 2 good games in a row, guys. Washington is gonna get back to earth on the road. I'll stay away from Kemba. All right. And then Batum, I never pick because he's Mr. Yo-Yo. He'll go up, down, and I don't know. I just don't want to take the risk and just get him wrong on the wrong night or right on the wrong night and whatever. Someone I do like though is Marvin Williams a lot. I like Marvin Williams. I think they played recently, right? So for 6K, he put up 35 on them already. The reason I like Marvin Williams a lot in this matchup is because Washington has been very generous to big men as of late, especially. Gortat's looking very tired. Guys are looking tired, guys. These guys are looking tired. So Zeller and Marvin Williams are not bad plays. I'll probably take Zeller because he's cheaper. But for right now's sake, I'm going to pull over both as I continue breaking down the slate and just filter them out as we go. All right. Washington, one day from the West Coast. John Wall's going through something. I know he's back at home, but he just came from this long 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game trip on the West Coast. One day to travel and then back to game. I don't know. The first game back is always hard. So I'm for 10K, I'll use caution. And it's not the best matchup either. Bradley Beal is always interesting, but for the same purposes, I'm just going to use some caution. They just played, and he did what, 29? So there's no reason to me to think that just because he's back home, he's going to go off. I'm not really big on Bradley Beal. Oubre's been playing all right, man. As much as I hate to roster the guy, he's been playing all right. But I'm not going to play any Oubre. But he's someone, if you're looking for a punt, you can go ahead. In 20 minutes, he only put up 6 against this team. He sucks. And then Markieff Morris, if you get him on the right night, you're happy, but he hasn't had a right night. I'll stay away. Jason Smith has been stepping up intermittently. He had a 4 and then 26, 13, 18. 2 all over the place. Mahinmi is getting more minutes. Gortat is almost in the 3,000 range, y'all. That's serious business. What did he do against him? 27 minutes, 26. That's a good price for Gortat. You're not going to get too much upside from it, but he might hit value for that price. And that's it for that game, all right? Orlando versus Cleveland. Everyone's healthy except for Jeff Green. You know how I feel about this guy right now. His name is Aaron Gordon. Got to pull him over for some consideration. He's hot right now. And I hate when dudes are hot and I keep doubting them and then for them to be 7K. He's been 5K and he's been going off. Get him while he's still cheap. 6K is still cheap for him right now, guys. You got to get on some of that Aaron Gordon. And the way he's going to be chalky, I got a bad feeling that we get hit with the curse of the chalk. But the signs are just looking too good, man. I think he's a good player. And Elfrid Payton, man. I'm going to consider him. He's going to be the first one I get rid of. But it'll be wrong of me not to make a case for Elfrid Payton. The guy's hot, man. For 8K, he needs upper 40s. The last 10 games, 1, 2, 4 times. So similar to for him and Rubio to be the same price, I'll probably take Rubio first. I'm gonna just get rid of him, knowing that I'm not really interested. But it's a matchup against Cleveland that's been giving up good points. I saw Kyrie Irving playing a little defense on Jeff Teague yesterday, so maybe that's why he's struggling offensively. Maybe he's working on his defense game. Who knows? But not too interested in anyone else on his team. Maybe some Vucevic, but not against Cleveland. Then on the Cleveland side, I would not touch Kyrie Irving. I hope Gabriel is still in the room. Is Gabriel still around? I know he was here a couple minutes ago. Please tell me you gave up on Kyrie Irving. Please tell me you're not going to give him another shot. The matchup is good, right? It's Elfrid. You just got to do it. Elfrid Payton, he's going to go off. Nah, I'm good. Good off Kyrie Irving. LeBron James, he's averaging 6 times value in the last 10 games, man. And his floor seems to be in the 50s. He got in the 60s quite a bit. In 2 games, averaging 55. So you got to consider some LeBron. We don't know if he's going to play, but at least we can change this lineup if he doesn't play. It's not going to lock in. So I can pick on some LeBron James and see some LeBron James. See what I get from him. See what's going on. And then Kyrie Love. Not yet. Not until playoff. Playoff time come. I'm going to be liking some Kyrie Love, but not right now. Tristan Thompson for 4 or 5 is not bad. You see that? He likes 30 around this team. He's been consistent in the 20s. I like Zeller more and Brook Lopez, but I do like Tristan Thompson just a little bit more than a little bit. All right. And then Toronto versus Indiana. See what you guys talking about, if anything. KJ McDaniels is reaching. You don't want to reach like that. Not on a big slate like this. There's going to be so much obvious picks that there's no reason to reach for a guy like KJ McDaniels. I mean, he might do well. I'm not saying he's not, but I just feel like it's kind of like reaching. And I don't know if I want to do that. Westbrook is on this slate. I didn't even know. I didn't really look at it as a whole. I always feel safe with him. So you gonna just answer me yes or no? You're gonna play Kyrie Irving tomorrow, Gabe? Just a yes or no answer. I just want to know if you're gonna play Kyrie Irving tomorrow. Yes or no? Westbrook broke me last night. Yeah, if you don't pick Westbrook, you're gonna be broken, man. The guy's chasing history. Don't pick anybody on the Thunder but Westbrook because he's gonna score half of their points. He's gonna have all their assists. He's gonna box out his own teammate for rebound. I'm watching these Westbrook videos, man. This guy, as soon as the person pump fakes, he's running towards the basket. So Oladipo could be guarding somebody and they pump fakes him. Westbrook is already attacking the basket. I'm like, geez. Tim Hess, welcome, man. What's going on? Hope you had a good day, man. Nah, I don't like Chloe Thompson. I'm good off Chloe Thompson with his Chloe Thompson. I don't mess with Chloe. Was first place win in 2002. Westbrook smoked me. You should have seen my video. Had Westbrook in your lineup. You'd have probably got first place. A lot of people got first place with our lineup yesterday on that early slate. Loyal. I don't know if today's your first day here or what, but we had Westbrook without a doubt. I didn't even break down that game. I just said Westbrook and let's keep it moving. You got to get Westbrook when it's 4 games. You don't ever fade Westbrook in a short slate like that. Damari Carroll. Oh, Georgia, you're learning. Damari Carroll is what you want. Yeah, tomorrow, not today. All right, go ahead. We're not picking Kyrie Irving tomorrow or today. What's up, guys? Totally guessed on opening day. Winning 2380. Tim, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Mamba, man. Until I get on the baseball, if you think a lineup looks good, throw it at me, man. I'll throw it in a couple tournaments and see if I get lucky. because I don't even know where to start, and I'm not even consuming any energy on that. I love basketball, and I'm sticking on that right now. Tim, I went to the Dodgers stat. Mom, I was on the same page. He's going for triple double record tomorrow night. Tim loving life right now. Oh yeah, Tim changed the lineup that I played a little bit and scored like twice what I made. No consideration for Brooklyn defense. Check it. Well, I don't know how to take that one. No, I did a Westbrook lineup. Me too, Mamba. Jock Justin. I don't even know. It sounds like baseball. So let's get into these next games, right? What am I up to? Toronto versus Indiana. For some reason, it's hard for me to not consider Paul George right now. Just like the other night, it's looking like a Paul George, LeBron James stack night again for me. It's gonna be a little bit expensive, and I might have to do something else. But in this matchup, I gotta take Paul George. Now, Marvin Williams gotta go for some Paul George. Boom. All right. Starting on the Indiana side, now that we figured out that Paul George is a must. Jeff Teague, I'm not with it, man. He went to double overtime just to hit 42. I'm not with that, man. Jeff Teague and Kyrie are on the bench right now for me. I'm good. Lance Stevenson, the coach, put out a statement saying that he gonna make it an effort to get this guy minutes. So he might be sneaky, but I gotta see it first. I gotta see. I just seen him come from Minnesota and not do too much. So I'm not gonna jump on that bandwagon quite yet. Monte Ellis, I'm straight. I'm picking guys as first or second options on their team for all my players mostly, unless I'm paying less than 4K or 4.5K. If I'm paying up, I need you to be the first or second option for your team. I need to know the ball is gonna be in your hands. I don't want to know. That's why Aaron Gordon, I'm like, people are gonna be chasing it, but he's not. The ball's gonna be in Peyton and Vucevic hand for the most part. And Fournier like to mess around too, so it's risky. It's risky, but due to the recent success, I just gotta dabble with it a little bit. I gotta mess with it. I don't want him to go off for 50 for 6K, and I don't have him. I'll be sick. Even if he gets 6 times value, what's that? 36. That's not too hard to get playing the way he's playing. But other than that, Lopez, Paul George, LeBron, these are guys that have the ball in their hands. Those are kind of guys that we sought after, okay? And then Miles Turner for 6K, I'm all set, especially against Toronto. On the Toronto side, Corey Joseph, um, if you got it, man, he's the point guard, but I'm good. I'm good off that. Kyle Lowry is eyeing a comeback very soon. I think he got some practice up, so look for him to come back. His price is down because of his situation, but as soon as he gets back in, his price will jump right up before he even play a game. I bet you guys. DeRozan is hard to ignore for this price. I'm not gonna pick him for more reasons than one. Is this for one? I like LeBron and Paul George. And if I just throw some DeRozan in there, it's gonna cripple my lineup. I like those guys more than DeRozan on the road. For two, we got him on the lineup tonight, so it's a little bit of security not keeping a person like DeRozan who will literally get you 30 or 60, set it back down into the 40s, and then we're upset. I feel like George and James just a little more safer than DeRozan, but he's a good player. And if you don't trust in some LeBron or Paul George, substitute it. I have DeRozan in tonight's lineup, so you know that I value him a little bit, but just not on this 11-game slate. So I'm gonna chill. All right. And then Valanciunas. I'm gonna say I like Zeller more than Valanciunas for this one, okay? Because Zeller's in a premier matchup. And I don't have to pay up for Valanciunas when I'm paying up for all these other superstar players. The only reason I didn't pay up for them in this slate is because I have a feeling that some of these guys on Cleveland, like LeBron James, I'm uncomfortable playing LeBron James tonight. I'm just uncomfortable. Can you guys hear me now? All right, where did I leave off, man? Because I was just talking. I knew something weird happened because my green light on my MacBook came on, like the camera came on, and then I came to the chat after breaking down the slate, and I see question marks. I'm like, what the heck? But I'm not gonna go through that whole slate again. I'll kind of that was weird. But to continue, which game was that? The Toronto Indiana game. I pretty much said that I like Valanciunas, but I'm gonna stay away from him because of the other value that I got, and that love Paul George. I'm gonna move on. Chicago versus New York. Um, Lance Thomas and Carmelo may be out. We know that the Bulls have to win, and the Bulls are fire hot right now, right? But the Bulls have been playing so well that I'm afraid to mess with Bulls players because they're not gonna have to do much. I'm thinking they take care of this one rather quickly. They're bringing it. I don't know if as a Knicks fan, I don't know if the Knicks are gonna be able to hang. And if I Jimmy Butler's 10K, by the way, so I don't know if I could pay up for Jimmy Butler. Scary, 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 scary stuff. But it's a good matchup. It's great for him, and Jimmy Butler can and will go off most times. You know, he's averaging 55 in the last 10 days. Just that for that price, 55, I will still be upset. For that price, I need about upper 50s. You know, and he can settle down into the 40s rather easily. The Knicks play no defense, so I don't think it's gonna happen. He might get back into the 50s. He may not. I just like LeBron and Paul George floor and security a little better. So I'm gonna hold off on some Jimmy and Mirotic starting to he just had a bad game. People might get off of him, but to be honest, I haven't seen Mirotic have two bad games in a row. Right? Well, yeah, right here. Again, this next game right here is a game I'm not really gonna mess with too much, man. To be honest, on the Knicks side of the ball, I'm not interested. We know that Derrick Rose had some knee tear. He tore his meniscus. So he's done for the season, whatever that's supposed to mean. I guess Courtney Lee becomes valuable at this point. Without Derrick Rose, Courtney Lee has been showing some good stuff. Melo's questionable, but he's expected to play. For that price, do we want to play Melo? I don't know. I don't like this game. Porzingis is probably the one that I would play out of all of them, and still I don't like it. So I don't like that game. I'll stay away from it. If you guys ask specific questions about it, I'll try to answer. But that's as far as I'm good after that. Oh man, it's a lot of good games. They got Westbrook on the slate, man. Westbrook. I'm just waiting to see how much they want for. Oh my God, 13.5. And to be honest, you got to pay that. Whatever he asks for, you just got to pay that man. It's going to be hard not having Westbrook. B, you got to have some Westbrook, man. I got to throw some Westbrook in there and just make it work. So, but let's get to this Denver game first before we get crazy. You know, in a big slate like this, I don't mind fading Westbrook because the people that have him, they're going to be fishing for so much value that they might screw themselves over. If we just get the right plays, I don't know. I got to get through the slate, then I'll see how I feel about it. Denver versus New Orleans, 13 fire for Westbrook. I can get two good players for that price. They both get me 40 points, you know? Um, let's see what's going on with Denver. Jameer Nelson is questionable. Remember, guys, Jamal Murray is no point guard. If Jameer Nelson doesn't play, you got to get back on this Moutier guy. And that's something that we'll address at the pre-lock show. That might help us get some Westbrook in. If Jameer Nelson does not play tomorrow, you got to get back on Moutier. They're going to give him 30 minutes against New Orleans. I think I like that. All right. Gary Harris had a decent game. He did not. From watching it, it looked like he did. He was hitting in some shots for a little while, but And then Jokic, of course, for 9K is just cheap. We know that Biggs against this team has been doing okay. Jokic is Jokic. The thing is, and even last night, I didn't understand it, is he had like a triple double almost at halftime. But then the second half, I don't see the guy. He doesn't show up. I'm like, what happened to Jokic? So that's the thing, man. Jokic is too up and down. He'll have a good start, but not a good finish, or a slow start with a good finish. A lot of times he just doesn't play complete games where he just produces the entire game. So it becomes a little bit risky. Drew Holiday, this is a good spot for him. For 7K, I'm not a Drew Holiday guy. Not for that price. Jordan Crawford, his price is getting up there. I'm not really interested in that. It's gonna be a high scoring game, man. This is a game where you definitely want some DeMarcus Cousins, right? It's gonna be hard not to get, because if Whiteside can have a field day the way he was, man, DeMarcus Cousins is and will. So I like DeMarcus Cousins a lot this slate, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd rather play DeMarcus Cousins than Westbrook tomorrow against Denver. And for some reason they have Denver as a bad matchup for him. Oh, they're considering him a power forward, because if you look at Agenda, they say it's a good matchup, right? So to make that work, you need some DeMarcus Cousins, man. I'm going to let me get rid of this Cody Zeller guy. I'm gonna have to do a lot of adjustments at the end and see good value, but DeMarcus Cousins you need, man. Against Denver, you need DeMarcus Cousins for that 10K. Even Anthony Davis for that 10K. But let me not get crazy. Let's keep Zeller, because they do cancel each other out, and we saw that the last game. They both got mid 50s for 10K. None of them hit 6 times value, and they could do the same thing tomorrow. And they're both 10K, so it's kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky with those guys to handicap your entire lineup just to force those guys when it could be one or the other. It does get kind of tricky. And then on Denver's side, we kind of went over, right? It just depends on the injury news on Jameer Nelson. Let's see what's going on though. A strained right calf, which enabled Jamal Murray. Nelson will be evaluated at shoot around, but if he's ultimately helped out, I expect Murray to make another start. So there we go. All right. See what you guys talking about. A bunch of baseball, most likely, that I don't even want to hear about. Um, I got cut off talking about LeBron. Sounds about right. You're gonna need ABC. Never. I never need ABC. Never. Depends on his price, but in order for me to get to ABC, Brogdon will have to be out, and it has to be like a 4 game slate where I feel like if I don't have him, I could lose. You know what I mean? I don't like forcing ABC into my lineup. It's just not one of my favorite guys to play. What you think of Melo playing for New York fans before he's traded? I'm not into Melo tomorrow. I'm done with Melo. That's it. So whatever team he plays for next year, I might consider him depending on the role. But for this season, the Melo is over, man. That's it. No more Melo for me. Gotta go Russ, right? We lose if not. You think so, Tim? I don't know, man. I'm gonna look at it at the end of the slate breakdown and see what I could do. So is Cleveland confirmed to play Big Three? No, but I'm putting LeBron in just in case he does play. Tim Nelson, Cruz, whatever. Westbrook is a lot, but he will be tough to pass up on. Jeffrey, I'm dealing with it right now. I'm dealing with it right now. Shoot. So many big price guys. Who we fading? That's the hard thing. That's the hard thing. I don't know. I would rather have James and George over Westbrook. I feel you, Gerald. I feel you. And that's kind of what I'm feeling too. But I'm going to see. Let's keep it going. Memphis versus San Antonio, another game that doesn't look into it. Oh, we got to do this Westbrook game, right? Westbrook, and that's it. Worth some consideration. I highly recommend him. especially if Brogdon plays. I'm not big on Westbrook against a Milwaukee team, man. I'm not super charged up about locking in Westbrook for 13.5. That's a very expensive price, man. And even what? Let me pull out my calculator really quick. Let me see something. So 6 times value for that price is. Don't get blinded sometimes, guys. I try to avoid you guys getting caught up in certain hype. Certain hype is worth it, right? So 81 is 6 times value for that price. And that's what he did against Charlotte. Why not get players who have not just 6 times value, but upside for 8, 9, 10 times value? Get hit right with a couple of those players, and it'll work out better for us. We spent 14 grand on this guy. That you could have got 2 players, one for 8,000 and one for 6,000, and both of those players can give you 40 points apiece, easy. You know what I mean? Plus more. You can get a LeBron and a George go off for 100 between the both of them. Westbrook only went off for 100 once this season. Why you think he's about to do it again? He can get you 60s and 70s. He does that a lot. I know he's at home and he plays better at home, and it makes a lot of sense, but don't get caught up too much in the hype. You could get caught up in the hype a little bit, but not too much, guys. Don't get too caught up in that hype, all right? I don't love Westbrook for that price on an 11-game slate. I don't love it. Can't say I love that decision. And then on the Milwaukee side, I don't really play Milwaukee players. Brogdon is already he's not traveling with the team. And it's Westbrook. Ooh. 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 You might have to mess with some Antetokounmpo over LeBron versus Orlando at home for 10K, and Antetokounmpo against OKC. I'm good. I'm good with LeBron right now. Now I know he just dropped 80, but that's the Pacers and triple overtime. But other than that, LeBron really hasn't been hitting 6 times value really like that, right? 50-50, 50-30, 50. I normally don't like Antetokounmpo, but when Brogdon is out and he's forced to play small, I like him a lot in those situations. But he also needs 60. He also needs 60. So you know what I might do? Might get rid of LeBron for some Westbrook. No, I don't know. Might get a little bit of LeBron period, though. I don't know about 10K LeBron. But let's put him back and finish going. It's going to be a hard slate tomorrow, guys. I'm not going to lie to you, man. It's a lot of good picks. You just got to find the right one. San Antonio versus Memphis. Aldridge is still questionable. Danny Green and DeJounte Murray is out. Let's see what's going on with those guys. Aldridge will not play against the Jazz due to a sprained thumb. There's nothing wrong with his thumb. Due to Popovich. Tony Parker against Memphis. Tony Parker, 2 hit or miss. I'm not going to chase one good game, but Patty Mills, I would say I like more. And then Ginobili, super consistent for the minute. Why is Ginobili still 3.3K? Can anyone explain that to me? I like Ginobili. There. 9K Kawhi, I'm gonna have to pass on that. Pau Gasol, he's been hot. He's been red hot, 35, 32, 40. So I just like my center situation right now. Memphis, Marc Gasol is listed as questionable. Even if he does play, we know San Antonio has his number. And then the Zach Randolph, I'm not messing with for that price. Mike Conley, I still like. Still like Conley a lot. Just throw some Conley up there and consider some Conley. He's been consistent. He's hot. It's a good matchup. It's a matchup that he'll need upper 40s, but he's been in the upper 40s and 50s. Still pricey. I don't know if I'm not willing to spend that price for Rubio. I don't know if I'm willing to spend it for Conley either. You know what I mean? But see how it goes. Time out. See what my crew talking about. Okay, I trust you on Russ or no Russ. I'm not gonna know until tomorrow. If they say LeBron's not playing, which I don't know, that's a toss up, or if we get some real good, like for example, we might get some Moutier in our lineup. Moutier is only 3 point something. He might start against a New Orleans team. So if I take Russell Westbrook, it's not going to be until tomorrow, guys. I'm telling you the truth. Yeah, at this point, DFS Simplify, I trust your word. Getting ready for the Masters, no MLB or NBA. Yeah, Paul, get those Masters down, man. But NBA is my pride. This is what I love. Nothing comes before this, not for me. All right, Dallas versus Sacramento. I'm kind of confused. Is Rubio playing a back-to-back? How come Rubio was mentioned in our slate from yesterday if he's playing at 10:30? It's kind of interesting. He is playing on a back-to-back, right? They're playing that makeup game. All right, I got it. Sorry. All right, so Dallas versus Sacramento. We don't even know who Dallas will play and who they won't. Again, until I know, it's going to be hard to break it down. We don't know if Seth Curry's going to play. We don't know if Dirk is going to play. So it's hard for me to give any advice. It just depends, man. It depends on the news that comes out. With these guys out the playoff, I don't think Seth will have to force it. And then on that note, I would definitely get on some Farrell for 4K and Barea for 5. I'll take Farrell over Barea. Or whoever starts. I'm going to take. And then Devin Harris for the bare minimum, I'll take that again if Seth Curry is out, to be honest. Seth Curry out, I'm throwing Devin Harris in again for the minimum. Devin Harris with some Moutier, and then maybe I can afford some Westbrook. Because even if Westbrook doesn't get me the 6 times value, if I got cheap plays that's going to give me 9, 10 times value, and Westbrook give me 5 times value, I'm still in a good spot where I can win some good money. So just depends on what happened in Dallas. That's going to be a pre-lock decision for us. I'm not interested in Wesley Matthew right now. He's been struggling quite a bit. And then what's going on with Dirk? Achilles, he's not going to play. They're out the playoffs, and Dirk is old, and he's 6K, so Dirk is out. All right, fade Dirk. And Noel against Sacramento, fade. The only way I'll pick on that game on the Dallas side of the ball is if Seth is out. I'll go pick around with some of that value. I like it against the young Sacramento team. And then I'm not messing with no Sacramento players because we know that a bunch of them are going to sit. I don't know. I think Kufos might sit. If not Kufos, it's going to be Tolliver or Evans and Temple. So this is a game that we definitely. And then this game is at 10:30, so we might not even hear word before lock. You know, we might get something from shoot around, but if not, just avoid that game altogether. And then Seth Curry's been balling, man. Steph Curry's the man right now. Durant's going to be out. On Golden State side of the ball, Steph Curry, another 60-point game. Minnesota, I don't know. I don't think I can get to Steph Curry tomorrow. He's a little pricey. Andre Iguodala, and I was thinking about this all day today. I spent about 5 to 10 minutes yesterday talking about how fake that 30-point game was. How he had to have 3 blocks and 2 assists, and the numbers were just fake because of that. And I still went ahead and put him in my lineup last night. Yo, I regret that to this day. Even though it won money, I knew that he wasn't going to do that again. And then against this team, I don't think his price is caught up to what he's been doing. So his upside is not there. And it's too iffy. He might hit 6 times value, but he might not. You know what I mean? So be careful with Andre Iguodala, man. Draymond just got his triple-double. He had a monster game. And as much as he did, for 8K, we expecting 48. So that's barely 6 times value. So for 8K, I'm not really interested in Draymond Green. I don't care who they're playing, okay? Guy we got to look at is JaVale McGee. JaVale McGee, guys. He's playing 8 minutes and getting you 25 fantasy points. Look at this guy. He's blocking everything. And you know that I like to pick on bigs against this team. That's another. I might do 2 lineups tomorrow. And the second one, I might go Westbrook with hopefuls. Still make it balanced and sweet. But then I might do a no Westbrook that's balanced. But JaVale McGee is someone I do like. and I might get into that Westbrook lineup, especially against this Minnesota team who just absolutely sucks when it comes to guarding big men. All right. And that's the end of the slate, man. Let's see how we could do this. LeBron for 10K, I'm not excited about. I mean, I'm all right with LeBron. I think Indiana will bring the best out of him, but I could come down on some LeBron on retrospect. I'm gonna stay on some Paul George. Mike Conley against San Antonio. It with no Gasol, I'll definitely take Mike Conley. But because we don't know Gasol's status yet, I'm gonna come off some Mike Conley, right? For point guard, someone that I like more than others will have to be a I feel like I gotta pay up, man. I feel like I gotta pay up. I think Alfred Payton might not be a bad idea, man. As much as I don't like to roster him, but for 8K, all right, let's get some Westbrook in there. Let's get some Westbrook. No, I can't do that. Some alphabet, right? Yeah, let's get some alphabet. Come off that Westbrook hype a little bit. And then for two guard, you guys don't know how hard it is to try to make a lineup at this time because so much value is gonna open up. I'm gonna leave it here for now, guys, and just say these are 5 players that I'm looking at right now. And if we can get something, because 4.5 is pretty decent. If we can get 3 more players balanced. I'm trying to see if I can, but it's really hard. All right, let's say Moutier plays and Nelson is out, right? So we throw some Moutier in. Okay. That'll be peace with me. And then I still like Marvin Williams quite a bit, but not for 6K. I can't say I love him for that price. We'll probably still stick with our TLC guy. We know that he's pretty safe. His floor is decent. And then no scout for me. I don't want to mess up a good thing. Even Stauskas. Stauskas seems to be the guy that's going to take the load, and it wouldn't be a bad idea. You know, when I say when you look for value, stack up from the same team. So this lineup right here doesn't look too bad, guys. And I like it more than a little bit. And Antetokounmpo, TLC, Stauskas, George, Lopez, Moutier if he starts, Aaron Gordon, Cody Zeller in a good matchup. All right. That looks great. That's a decent looking lineup right there. So I can put that in as a lineup for right now. And then pre-lock tomorrow, we can readdress it and see if we want to do more with it. All right. See what you guys talk about before I head out of here. This is an NBA slate. Hess is in here. Just give me a MLB lineup, man. I throw some money on it. Somebody shoot me an MLB lineup. I put a couple dollars and see if I can get lucky. Rubio, Shumpert, no. Bonds, no. Shumpert and Bonds, I think you're just reaching. But if you like it, keep it. I'm just saying I don't like Shumpert and Bonds. Cleveland is my favorite baseball team when I was a kid. I'm not a baseball guy, but my brother was, and he used to play the Sega Genesis baseball games, and I would pick Cleveland, and they became my favorite team, the Indians. They had Jim Thome, Kenny Lofton, Manny Ramirez, and I know nothing about baseball, but I could tell you that from just playing video games. Isn't that weird? Um, oh yeah, Tim, good looking now. I gotta get into that before it fills up. Seem like Toronto and Indiana played a lot lately. PG versus DDR. I can never get Peyton right. Me either. Please, no Alfred. Yeah, I'm not messing with Alfred tomorrow, man. I played 2 MLB lineups and did okay and did double out. So Tim, email me a MLB lineup that you like so I could throw something on. I think I got 4 more minutes to put it in. So if I get it from you soon enough, I'll play it. But that's it for this stream, guys. I broke down the slate. This is the tentative lineup so far. Alphabet, TLC, Stauskas, Paul George, Brooke Lopez, Moutier, Aaron Gordon, and Cody Zeller. Tomorrow around this time, when some more news has been announced, I'll come on and tweak it, and then we can get some money. Hit the thumbs up button if you like what I just did. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you have any doubts, just read the comments in the text box. This is the community that you guys definitely want to be a part of, all right? So good luck tonight with your baseball stuff, and I'm out of here.